did a month, and then I was like, wow, like this is really working. So then I did another month, and then I did another month. I was amazed. I ended up losing 12 pounds, and I just never imagined that that was really the case. My goal was to lose about 6 or 7 and kind of just tone up and look better, but it really has paid off well for me. It just kept working. And that was the amazing thing to me, because, you do a diet or you do a fitness plan and you burn through your 90 days or your 120 days, and then you kind of fall off the wagon and go back to what you were doing before. And I think the thing that stood out to me was that this just continued to work. Like, as long as I did the plan, and I kind of figured out, where I could cheat a little bit, or, when I needed a glass of wine or whatever it looked like. But the minute I went back to knowing that this is what the plan is and what I should eat for maintenance and all of that, it just keeps working. I'm pretty good about packing food and kind of being aware. I think the key things for me was that it really honed in on what I'm eating when and how much, really consistent with my timing and packing food. And yes, I took food everywhere. I take food to executive meetings. I take food to all day interviews. I had to do that the other day. And so I packed a lunch and took it with me. And food prep, meal prep, on Sunday, kind of setting that aside and really making sure here's what I have for the week. And then once I kind of got into that groove of doing that every week, then you just keep doing it. And again, you learn kind of what works and what you can eat at what restaurant where that you go to all the time. So I wasn't sure was really going to work given, kind of my experience in the past. But for me, I've also learned that if you invest, you look at the value and you get value back out of it, then that's the whole value proposition, right? So as I was investing over the course of the beginning, and I could see the results and I could feel how good I felt. And then I would realize, like 4 months or 6 months or 8 months, like I remember when my sugar fog lifted. And you learn things like that and you continue to build on that. It becomes more and more of a value because you realize, and part of the attraction of this program too is that it's all real food. Like, I'm not buying bars, I'm not buying drinks, I'm not buying some weird concoction that's supposed to, do a myriad of things. It's all real food that I can get at any point. I think the biggest thing was, it was great that Megan was just so personable and so just easy to talk with and ask any question. I never felt like I was asking anything that was dumb or, that she hadn't come across before, or if it was, she would absolutely find out. So that part of it was just really easy. And I think that now that it's an education process and I kind of know what works for me, that I'll continue to do that. Like, I don't ever see myself not doing this. I might fall off the wagon a little bit here and there, and part of that's just life or depending on what's going on. But knowing that I now have this basis that I can go back to whenever I need to, or choose to stay as strict, as I feel like I should, given what's going on. It's just a great learning, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.